Itavia Flight 870 was a McDonnell Douglas DC-9 passenger jet en route from Bologna to Palermo, Italy on the 27th of June 1980 and has been a long-running mystery since. At 8:08 p.m, the plane departed with a delay of 1 hour and 53 minutes from Bologna Guglielmo Marconi Airport for a scheduled flight to Palermo Punta Raisi Airport in Sicily, southern Italy. There was a total of 77 passengers, plus the captain, Domenico Gatti, First Officer Enzo Fontana, and 2 flight attendants. Contact was lost with the aircraft at approximately 8:37 p.m, shortly after air control received the airplane's coordinates to be near the island of Ustica, about 70 miles from the southwest of Naples. At 20:59 p.m, the aircraft broke apart in mid-air and crashed. 2 Italian Air Force F-10-4s were immediately scrambled at 9 p.m. from the Grosseto Air Force Base to locate the incident area and begin a search for any survivors. Floating wreckage confirmed the worst, and bodies were later found, but there were no survivors amongst the 81 people on board. Mechanical failure was ruled out early on in the investigation, but rumours of a conspiracy cover-up weren't far behind in the line of fire. After years of investigation and next to no information or explanation for the crash from the Italian government, in 1989, the Parliamentary Commission on Terrorism, headed by Senator Giovanni Pellegrino, issued an official statement. The event was primarily an act of war, he said. The perpetrators of the horrific crime remain unidentified, and with that, the court was unable to proceed any further, which led to the case being closed. In July 2006, some fragment remains of the aircraft were reassembled and returned to Bologna. In June of 2008, Rome prosecutors reopened the investigation into the event after former Italian President Francesco Cossiga, who was the president at the time of the incident occurring, said that the plane had been shot down by French warplanes. On July 7, 2008, a claim for damages was served on the then French President Nicolas Sarkozy. Mr. Cossiga, however, did not provide any further details to back his apparent claim and died in 2010 at the age of 82. In early February 2013, Italy's highest court ruled that the country's defence and transportation ministries had to compensate some of the victims' families, implicitly acknowledging the most widely accepted theory behind the explosion and crash. A missile hit by the warplane had hit the twin-engined craft, but the court did not, or rather would not say, where they believed the missile had come from. Everyone suspected with conspiracy theories running rife, but the Italian government remained silent on the matter. Over the years, several Air Force officials have been investigated for withholding evidence, wiping clean flight tracks, and radar scans. 4 generals were tried on charges of treason and obstructing investigations linked to the tragedy, but not one has since been convicted. Other theories do in fact exist, ranging from the crash being caused by a UFO and perhaps more shockingly, domestic terrorism. The Bologna train station was bombed less than 5 weeks later, killing 85 people and wounding dozens more. If the destruction of Flight 870 was similarly performed, the plane likely went down after an explosion on board. The Western warplane scenario has gathered a significant amount of weight to back it up over the years since the incident. Several Italian prosecutors disclosed that several NATO planes were flying in the same airspace the night of the crash. Daria Bonifetti, who heads the Association of Families of the Victims, has said that we've known since the judicial inquiry issued that a missile was involved, but the perpetrators are still missing. The truth lies under an elaborate cover-up, she said, one in which everyone has something to lose. It has now been over 40 years since people lost their lives on Flight 870, and prosecutors in Rome are still pursuing justice for the 81 on board. Legal requests for information have been sent to Belgium, France, Germany, and the United States. But responses have been slow, leading to victims' families to accuse those countries of dragging their feet. It seems that some truly colossal lies have been told to cover another lie that sits beneath it. Furthermore, it is unlikely we will know who was responsible anytime soon. But given that this was a passenger plane with seemingly everyday citizens on board, the question that scratches at my brain the most is why?